Hey guys, John Lex here, back with our blind playthrough of Code Vein. Press any key. I still don't know what the online stuff does. It must just be multiplayer. It doesn't seem like we can leave messages for other people yet. I'm still technically in the, it's sort of a tutorial area. So, last time we left off, we joined up with Louis. Stat willpower affects elemental resistance and dark gifts. Further enhances dark gifts when you equip a weapon or blood veil with high stat scaling. Yep. Alright, so home base. We have to presumably talk to Louis. He pulled our blood and he was going to analyze it. And because we are unique as far as anyone knows. We have the ability to basically bring life, right? We have the ability with, like, our blood can regrow missile trees, which provide blood. So it's literally, we are, you know, able to sustain the lives of these people. So, question is, who are they? Why do we want to join them? You know, Oliver wiped out the slavers, but there's everyone's kind of in this point where it's like, well, you know, we're trying to survive, and any evil is permissible because it allows for survival. We're in a church of some kind. I love how they built a bar into it. That's legitimate, by the way. You know, even the bar is in the style of the church, which is great. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I still need to play Elden Ring. I'm not using Windows 10, which Elden Ring requires, but there are mods apparently that, although now I don't know if I want to use Nexus anymore, because Nexus is, you know, woke with the Spider-Man thing. Jesus Christ, everything is woke. What is going on with the world today? Like, just, man, I don't know. It's whatever. It's not even, like, the thing that about the Nexus that bothers me most is it's not like, hey, anyone can, you know, have their opinions and make these mods and whatever. It's like, that's fine. It's that if you don't accept this point of view, it's not even, hey, we have our point of view and you can have yours. It's like, no. If you don't accept our point of view, you're banned. It's like, that is something entirely, and people aren't gonna wake up. That's how these things go, right? It's gonna be too late, and they're gonna be like, how did this happen? It's like, you watched it happen. You supported it happening. You just didn't think it was gonna happen to you. And now you're surprised that it does. You know, it's like all the people that are like, hey, this is gonna happen, you're like, that'll never happen. And then people are like, hey, these people that are saying this isn't gonna happen, they're evil. We need to take them away. And you're like, yeah, take them away. Take those people away. And as we get taken away, we're like, this is gonna happen to you. And they're like, no, it'll never happen to us. And then all of a sudden, we're taking you away too. And they're like, how did this happen? This couldn't happen. It's like, yeah, anyway. I'm a crazy person, if you wish. Don't believe me. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but take care of yourselves. That is all. That is all. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. All right, let's see what's going on. We have our own post-apocalyptic world approaching, but at least we can escape into a fantasy post-apocalyptic world.
お前の力に関して俺なりに調べさせてもらった。そうしたら驚くべきことが判明したんだ。レベナントには人間とは異なる特殊な血液型がある。
Yep.
その型が力の特性や能力の方向性に大きく関わっている。ところがお前の血には特定の型というものが存在しなかった。正確には 壊れていたとも言うべきか。お前の持つ得意な力も特定の型を持たない、いわばボイド型とも言うべき
So there's others
と
like
考
me.
えられる。
Maybe.
お前は以前俺と共に倒したレブナントの力を血液から手に入れたな。その現象も
They know
この
about
ボイド型ゆえの
void
力。
types then. So I'm not unique. There have been others before.
ボイド型に関する推論を受けて一つ試したいことがある。何？お前にもメリットのあることだ。安心してくれ。今からお前に俺の血を受け渡す。
Am I gonna gain another?
推測が正しければ血を媒介として
Ooh.
俺の力がお前のものとなるだろう。さあ行くぞ。
So am I biting him? Prometheus. Code owner Louis. Well balanced for combat but fragile. Its gifts bolster dodging, and parrying. I bet this is one that will boost your stamina. Like a lot. Right, it's a Prometheus. Also, yeah. The name is probably appropriate.
村雨やココのところに顔は出したか。今頃はアイテム売買も武器の強化もできる頃合いだろう。レブナントのもう一つの牙とも言える武器や画装は探索の重要な相棒だ。改めて見直してみるといいだろう。素材が集まったら強化や転生をしてみるといい。確認が終わったらまた声をかけてくれ。前回の続きを話そう。
Ah, that's a hint. It's like, hey, go talk to these people, upgrade your equipment, wink wink. Once you talk to me, we'll continue. Oh, upgrade my equipment, huh? Because we're going back out. Well, okay, I need to know. All right, so I have I probably want a single-handed, well, but that's the thing. It's like the only advantage of a single-handed is speed, presumably. Berserker. 1 of 11. Wow. Okay, so Berserker. Wow, man, caster is not great. Really bad stamina. Well, but right, we have some kind of stamina improvement thing, right? Well, even with the stamina improvement, minus 16, minus 14, minus 10. Huh. Okay, base mobility is normal. Berserker is still slow. Can I roll? No. I might be able to in combat. We should probably try it. It seems I still seem fairly quick. Well, anyway. I have 800. We'll see what Prometheus. Yep, there he is. That's cool. I appreciate this. Although I really wonder. Okay, this is gonna move up. It's only 4 wide. I wonder what the thing on the right is. Oh yeah, it tells you about stuff. Oh, that's cool. You go into it and then their eyes glow, right? His eyes closed, eyes open. Well balanced for combat. Blood code description. Blood code received from Louis. It holds his will, built up and hardened by overcoming countless hardships in the name of the salvation of revenants. Neat. So it basically tells you, hey, he's a good guy. You could trust him. Its code is well balanced for combat, but is somewhat fragile. Its gifts bolster dodging and parrying. Right. All right. Phantom assault. Single hand. Vanish like mist, do a jump slash. We were seeing him use this. An offensive skill performed with one-handed sword, halberd, or bayonet. We don't have a halberd, I don't think. Firestorm shoots a series of flaming projectiles that stagger the enemy. We could pick one. Oh, I bet the ones that have like static over them, probably too expensive. Blade Dance temporarily increases attack power each time you damage an enemy with your weapon. You do not have enough haze. So then why can I not do this? Deficient. Oh, required stats, I would bet. Flame Weapon temporarily adds fire damage to your and partner's current weapons. Okay. Savvy Evasion increases the amount of focus gained from dodging attacks. One-handed Sword Mastery increases attack power when equipped with one-handed sword. 36,000 haze. Yep. Well, yeah, it just straight up increases your damage. Hasten uses the power of Ichor to temporarily boost reflexes, enhancing your dodges. Yeah, 36,000, another 36,000. Strength and Dexterity up, just straight up increases strength and dexterity for 6,400. Fully restores stamina when you parry an attack, another 6,400. Wow. Temporarily applies the inhibit effect to your current weapon. I don't remember what that does, but I assume it like slows... Doesn't slow them. I don't remember what it does. Eternal Blade Dance. Enhanced version of Blade Dance increases attack power when you dodge enemy attacks. There's a lot of passives, but that's cool. And the problem with these... Oh... Acquisition requirement. Prometheus Vestige 3. Hunter Vestige 1. Vestige 4. Strange that we need other Prometheus Vestige. So we need to... It's probably you need his... Well, I mean, his vestiges, like his memories, but you probably have to give him presents. It bothers me that there's both gifts and presents, you know? But anyway. Or maybe you have to bring him with you. That's why you have a partner. It's possible, you know. Alright, let's talk to Murasame.
Ah, お待たせ。いろいろと準備はできてるよ。何が必要?
Talk, exchange, upgrade equipment, transform equipment, buy or sell.
武器を鍛えたいときは申し訳ないけど必要な素材も合わせて持ってきてもらえると助かるよ。こんなご時世だからさ、資源不足は否めなくて。まあ他に比べればここは恵まれてる方だけどね。
Yep.
武器を鍛えたいときはこんなご時
Okay. Exchange. Give valuables. Trading points. Oh, valuables. Okay. Let's see. This item's value varies wildly depending on who holds it. It has the curious power to strengthen humanity for some, giving an extraordinary value for revenants. Some may be overwhelmed at the amount of words inside, but the clever turns of phrase and the rhythm of the language used to draw readers into a new world. Small flag often seen at souvenir shops. Its unique design gives rise to a flood of thoughts. The coin has gained value as a historic piece of art. Design tells of the circumstances of the time it was minted. Passage of time has given this tool a dignified patina. It is still as functional as ever and would be prized by someone who does delicate work. High-quality instant noodles served at expensive restaurants in the Far East before the Great Collapse. A single bite is said to open your eyes to a new world of taste. Man, all of a sudden I have these super spicy noodles back there. I should not eat them because I'm drinking today, but man, I really want some right now. All right, so receive items. I see trading points needed. So you can get Ichor, concentrate. You can get daggers, gesture praise, or Hephaestus Chrome. Highly valuable mineral made from a special ore mixed with blood. Ask Murasame to use this transform weapon or blood veil and imbue it with paralytic properties, creating an equipment specialized in stunning enemies at the cost of decreased attack and gift properties. Trading points needed 10. Yeah, so you give her valuables. Upgrade equipment, upgrade weapon. These are good questions. I can't upgrade these because you also need haze and scaling. This is strange because it looks like upgrading it increases the base damage but makes the scaling worse, which is weird. It's weird to me. But this, on the other hand, increases base damage and increases the scaling, which, alright. Oh, that's the Lost Broadsword. Oh, here comes a kitty. Lost Bayonet. Also scaling, but not by much. Heavy Axe. Juggernaut Sledgehammer. Where did I get this? Did I get this when I killed Oliver? I bet that's what I did. Well. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Upgrade Blood Veil. Yeah, it makes it, upgrading it makes it worse. Strange. Alright. Blood Veil list. Oh, I see different kinds, right? So you have your claw, your tail, your hound thing, and then I don't know what this one is, so I'm missing one. There's like 4 categories of blood veils, and I have 3 out of the 4. So, alright, I mean, I don't need to do anything at the moment. Transform equipment. What do you mean transform it? Pipe of Thraldom. Lost Broadsword. Oh! This is like infusions or whatever, right? You give it special properties like fire or something. Right, devour. Right, so it does more fire damage, but it loses physical and takes a hit on the scaling as well. Inhibit, stun, venom, lightning. Right, you need the chrome stuff. You need specific chrome. You can also make it way less, which makes sense if you want to be able to presumably swing it faster, I guess. Fortify it or intensify it. That would be interesting with scaling. But as far as I could tell, we can't, leveling up just increases our HP and stamina. Hey, Jack, you coming up here? Okay. Queen Slayer, Great Sword. You are in the way, my little baby. I can't see what's going on. Transform Blood Veil. So, you are a crazy one. You are my little crazy cat. What does this do? Also, same thing. But adds more weight. Reduces the weight. Oh my gosh, you can't see him, but I'm like mashing his face. Rawr, with my hand. Gifts. I see. Fire, ice. Sure, sure. Oh, but it's more like defense. You are so cute. You are furry and in the way. Haze needed 10,000. Wow. Okay. So we don't need to transform necessarily. I bet by... Right. I was like, what do you use for currency? And then I'm like, oh yeah, haze.
みんなの探索のおかげで新しい武器が追加できました。
Sure.
よかったら見ていって。何か買ってく？
Yes. I mean, maybe. Alright, so... Basically, we have all this stuff already. What are you doing? What are you doing, weirdo? Don't do that. I don't... Well, you're not really doing anything, but you're fine. Okay, so these are the things we've already got? Is that what we're looking at here? Yeah, no halberds. Okay, buy a blood veil. Do we have a new blood? Ooh, wow, there's a bunch. Oh, Festive Claw. Ogre-type blood veil with festive coloring to celebrate the end of the year. Queen Slayer, does it say? Yeah, we have one. Queen Slayer Claw 2. Why is it not? It doesn't seem... Oh, might be time to replace this. I have the replacement already, but... Oh, it's just a Queen Slayer Claw 2 that looks different? Festive Spear. How do you know what kind it is? Oh, right, it's got the long, and you can see the spear in the back. Right, Blue Hounds, fair enough. Festive Fang. This has to be a different one, right? Yeah. Oh no, Festive Thorn. Ivy type blood veil with festive coloring. Mr. Cat, what are you doing? You are in the way. I don't know what Thorn is. I was thinking, oh, Festive Fang and Hounds. Yeah, so it's... So what is this? Oh, this has to be like Eos, where it's just got the wings on the side, right? Because this is more of like a long coat. This is like the one on the side. I can't purchase any of these. I mean, I can purchase this one for whatever reason, but it says I can't purchase it. He's needed 100. Well, it says I could buy it, but I can't use it. What are you doing, Jake? What are you doing? Festive Fang. I don't know. I don't know. You're in the way, though, Jack. Wow, these are pricey. Festive Thorn. Yeah? You going somewhere, my kit? You could get up there. I don't mind. Alright, whatever. Anyway, did you... Oh, you moved the monitor, did you? Yes, you did. Alright, sell... that's fine. I don't really need to sell it. That's right. Kyotsukete. Kyotsukete. Or whatever. What does she do? Aside from... I mean, Jesus Christ, look at those honkers. She must have back problems, dude. Not... I mean, you know. Okay. Aren't they feral? How did the Lost even have... Okay, you can give her valuables as well. And you can receive... Oh, these are consumables. Stamina booster. Medicine and lightweight ampoule for portability. Temporarily stimulates awareness, which allows the user to work under greater strain. The amount that can be absorbed by the body is limited, so users must be cautious not to overdose. Gift Accelerator. Small, relatively regular-looking drug activates blood flow, temporarily reducing the time required to use gifts. Using gifts requires a high level of concentration. Users are often hit by attacks while preparing them. Many trials were performed with the hope of protecting revenants in battle. Stamp Praise O2. Mercury Chrome, I see. So, yes. Highly valuable mineral made from a special ore mixed with blood. Ask Murasame to use this to transform a weapon or a blood veil and imbue it with obstructive properties, creating an equipment specialized in slowing enemies at the cost of decreased attack and gift properties. Yes. So, Right. You basically need to give them valuables and then receive stuff in return, which is fine. What does she sell? Anti-venom? Anti-stun. Do they automatically get used? Oh, Ecor coagulant daggers. So you could buy some from her, but you trade valuables to Murasame to get these? That doesn't make sense. Vivifier. Drug that causes temporary dispersal, consumed upon use but allows the user to return to last missile in memory without losing haze. Properly called KA-32, this medicine's active ingredient is based on a factor extracted from missile that was discovered by the provisional government while developing new revival drugs. That would probably be good. Chemical light. In the past, there were different colors, and revenants used them to exchange messages. So I guess you can't do that. Maybe you used to be able to, like in a early access version or something. Blood marker glows dimly when the solution size mixed with blood. Due to the bound in blood, it can always show its position to its owner from afar. This bound can be cut off at will by its owner. So it's like you're tagging something, right? You're like, oh, I need to put this on the map just to watch out or something. All right, fair enough.
前に見た記憶の内容を覚えているか？あれがこの世界の日常だ。生き残った人間の多くがシルバに保護されたため、レブナントは血の代替物である血類を飲むことで血の渇きを癒してきた。だが形あるものはいつか必ず壊れてしまうように、血類を生み出す泉もまた枯れていき、徐々にその数を減らしていった。シルバによる血類の徴収と分配による秩序の維持もそろそろ限界が近づいている。この世界には必要なんだ。分け隔てなく平等に分け与えられるほどの血類が。そのために俺たちは霧の牢獄を探索し、血類の研究を続けてきたが、レブナントをさらなる上に誘う正気の存在が調査の進展を阻み、頭を悩ませていた。だがようやく可能性が見えた。お前の力があれば過酷な戦いにお前を巻き込むことになる。それでも俺たちにはお前が必要なんだ。協力してくれるか？ありがとう。
交渉成立だ。
Why does he have an apple?
よし。じゃあたった今からお前は俺たちの仲間だ。俺はヤクモ東雲。お
Ah.
前の力楽しみにしてるぜ。
早速今後の方針について説明
That's
しておこう。
Yakumo. That's what I mean. That's why
俺たちは
odd.
ここで血類の泉の研究を続けてきた。血類の泉の活動原理、血類の肥大周期や構成要素、その中でいくつか分かったことがある。まずは毛細血管のような管、いわば地脈のようなものが地中に張り巡らされていること。次にあらゆる泉は必ずこの地脈の上に群生しているということだ。そして血類と地脈の成分を比較検証した結果、 ほぼ同じ成分で構成されていることが判明した。
要するに血類の泉は地脈の流れに沿って発生していると推測されるってわけだ。
Code vein, right?
ここ
I
のどこか
guess.
に血類を生み出す源、血類の源流とも言うべき場所がある。お前の力で正気を晴らし、血類の泉を調査して地脈の流れをたどっていけば血類の源流にたどり着けるかもしれない。だよな。
まずは旧市街地の調査を進める。早速で悪いが準備ができ次第出発しよ
う。Yeah, so when they were talking about saving the world, they weren't kidding. Like, you're basically hope. Because these people are like, you know, their source of food and sanity and everything is basically drying up. You know, and chaos is about to set in. They're like, oh my god, we're running out of stuff. Everything's gonna go to crap and we're all gonna die. And then you appear. So they're like, oh my god, there's hope. You know? And that's also, it brings up a lot of questions too, which is, so there's the miasma, right, which is, it definitely looks organic in nature. And then you have the blood springs, which create beads that presumably we can drink. I guess I don't understand quite why we can't tap the... There's like... It sounds crazy. There's blood vessels growing within the earth itself, as if the earth itself is becoming some kind of like literal organism. Why we can't just tap that, I don't know. Maybe it coagulates or something. Who knows? But that has a whole host of implications that I don't know what to do with, to be honest. I assumed all the vampire stuff was just for style, but it seems like they're actually doing something legitimate with it, and I don't know how to deal with that at the moment. Which is kind of awesome. Pretty awesome. Because I love lore. Video games like this, where it's like this is a really fantastic premise. They're like, hey, we're vampires, but the earth itself is becoming some sort of organism that we're basically parasites on. And it's like, wow, okay. There's like so many levels on that. It's not like a symbiotic relationship necessarily anymore. It's literally a parasitic relationship. I don't, yeah. So, all right. Now what? Also, there's a shovel over here, I guess. Why? Because the sun is up. Cool. Why have we not gotten attacked? You'd think we'd get attacked. Moving from missile to missile, you can move from one missile to another as long as they are activated. Note that it is not enough to have visited an area. The missile must be active or you cannot move to it. I see. That makes sense. Head to the underground from the missile and home base and search for missiles in the ruined city. Exploration goal, investigate ruined city underground. So, probably back to where we were, and then branch out where we were, like, before. You probably have to go back to where you fought Oliver, and then leave from there, because I remembered... I noticed... Oh, where are you going, Jack, baby? Oh... I noticed when we were standing there and it was like you could talk to people or you had to get to the vestige or grab the vestige. There was fog gates. So now I'm like, oh, okay, that's where we need to go. I appreciate this. Let's talk to EO. Restoring vestiges. Giving vestiges parts found in your exploration to EO will allow you to restore deficient gifts for the blood codes. It also reveals the hidden memories sealed inside the blood codes. Let me read that again as long as it stays up on the screen. Giving vestige parts found in your exploration to EO will allow you to restore deficient gifts for the blood codes. It also reveals the hidden memories sealed inside the blood codes. Okay, so we're going to find like pieces of vestiges. And we give those to EO. So she's something as well. Is there some sort of like global consciousness that the Earth itself is becoming alive, but we're trying to save it or something? Or who knows? So who is EO? Who am I? What's our relation to the world? Don't know.
血液に刻まれた持ち主のブラッドコードの因子。私にはそれを元の姿に返す力があるようですね。血液を見つけたときは私にお知らせください。あなたの血脈にさらなる力を宿す契機となることでしょう。
Right, so she's not just a pretty set of boobs and a pretty face. I mean, you know, it's kind of a joke.
私という存在を通し、血液に刻まれていた持ち主の力は形を変え、あなたの血脈に結ばれます。あなたがあなたであるがゆえに。
Yeah, she's very odd. What her name means. Also, she kind of hinted at it being something, and I'm just like, I don't know what that means. I-O. EO. Is it like a blood type? Like type O? Don't know. Yep, okay, fair enough. Oh. Okay. What can you receive? Dagger. Y. Fireproof tonic. Small bottle of fermented liquid. Using it temporarily increases resistance to fire. Once the situation is assessed, understanding the foe's strength and weaknesses can create a tremendous advantage. You can also get a gesture or EO's. I bet that's a misspelling. EO's Chrome. You probably get one of these from each person, right? Because it's special ore mixed with blood, right? So you get one of these from someone and you take it and you improve a weapon with it, which that's kind of cool. Restore vestige. I don't think we have one. Let's see. Prometheus Vestige 2 contains the memories of Louis, and 3 items needed for repair. Prometheus Vestige C and D and A and B, and available gifts. Savvy Evasion. Right, these unlock better things. And leave. Yep. Thanks, girl. What about you?
Yo, 何の用だ? いい選択だ。期待に応えて。
Wait, he's coming with me?
Yo, 何の用だ?
No, we're gonna bring Louis.
俺たちが向かうのは正気が常に立ち込める難所だ。
That's a problem.
正気は血の上を加速させる。普段はマスクが浄化してくれるが、それにも限界があった。だがお前が正気を晴らしてくれれば、状況は飛躍的に変わる。期待してるぜ。
He might be the dude with the big axe.
ロストは上に
Oh, you have more dialogue.
あれの果て。全身がボア寄生体とも言うべき不滅の化け物だ。 塵になろうと蘇り、ただ本能のままに血をすする。すでに人としての意志も何もない。敵対したら容赦なく叩き潰せ。何度でもだ。さもなければ次に血を這うのはお前になっちまうぜ。
Okay, that explains why they're trying to explain the mechanic where you rest at a missile and they revive, right? That's why it talks about their, you know, their parasites or whatever.
俺たちが向かうのは勝機は血の上を。だがお前が勝機。
Right. With him, I wonder if he's the dude with the mask in the beginning, in the opening cinematic. That brings up the question of where, I think her name is Mia, the girl with the weird hat. Okay, Oni Bane, the sword that has seen Yakumo through countless battlefields, made with a different technique from most weapons. The world of Vane trading points need 50. It was built to be swung while moving, despite its large size. Yakumo received it from the same revenant who gave Louis his weapon, and he has further customized it to fit his style. Venom Vaccine. Using this will temporarily increase leak resistance, which it shouldn't. It should increase venom resistance. But Stamp Greeting 02, Atlas Chrome. There you go. I wonder if that's supposed to be Atlas and Yakumo and all that stuff.
それじゃあな。
Yep, I assume we're gonna find someone that'll work the bar. What about you?
かつて全ての宿り木が使え、今よりも自由に探索ができた時代。
Right.
多くの同胞が犠牲を
The
払い、
depths.
真相への
That's
道を
like the
探っていた
DLC areas or something.
だが、悪化の一途をたどる環境やロストの増加は、屈強な探索者さえも飲み込んでいった。彼らは真相に至る座標データを残しているはずなのだが、その多くは探索者と共に消えたままとなってしまっている。もしお前が探索を進め、真相への地図を見かけたら、ぜひ俺に渡してほしい。
Right. They were saying you could get
そこから
maps.
先は俺たちの仕事だ。座標データを読み解き、発見したものを優先的に案内することになっている。レブナントがレブナントに襲われるという噂が広まっているらしいが、同族同士の殺戮なんぞ、アホのすることだ。確かハンターといったか。こっちでも対策を検討してはいるようだが、変に影響されるなよ。俺が所属する組織は一般には総督府と言われている。そう、皆臨時総督府の臨時という言葉が省かれているんだ。グレゴリオ・シルバがクイーン戦後の混乱を抑えるために討伐軍を中心として臨時に組織した管理機構だったんだが、未だ戦で生まれたロストはこの辺りを闊歩し、レブナントはロスト化の恐怖におののきながら日々生存権を守るのみ。まだ戦は終わっていない。そのためあくまで臨時の体制が今の今まで続いているのが現状だ。平穏な日々を送るために一刻も早くこの世界を取り戻したい。そう祈るばかりだ。
Right, I was looking at my character's face because there was all that stuff on it before when we first started the game, and I was like, is that still there? And the answer is no, of course.
レブナントがレブナントらしく変に。
Right, the hunter, got it. Receive valuables, okay. Lost shard, sure. Apologize 3. Oh. I don't know why you would use those, though, to be honest. Hermes Chrome. Yep.
何事も体が資本だ。大事にするんだぞ。
Thanks, dude. And
大抵のもの
exchange, receive Mercury Chrome.
また来な。
どうかした。よし、任せておけ。
Switch partner meaning partner with
どう
him.
かしたの。 源流の捜索のためにも参加者の血類の泉を探す必要がある。血類の泉は宿り木に寄り添う形で生息している。まずは各地の宿り木を探し、徐々に探索範囲を広げていこう。
Interesting. They're always found in places with missile, which makes sense. Okay. Enduring Crimson, Louis' trusty sidearm. Its red blade is engraved with a spell-like gift, and when fueled with ichor, can cut through the toughest defenses with a single stroke. Received from the same revenant that gave Yakumo his own weapon, and was built by dedicated hands with Louis' technique in mind. Presumably we're going to meet this revenant. Stamp Greeting 03, Prometheus Chrome. Actually, I would bet Prometheus is their blood code. Right, so like Mercury is Coco's blood code, Atlas is, was it Davis? Something like that. Oh, reduce its weight. You know.
準備ができ次第、探索に向かおう。
Yep. Yeah, I'll probably stop here. I just want to see about... Oh, partner. Certain allies at the base will accompany you as a partner while you explore. They can use gifts to grant buffs before battles, as well as heal you with restorative offerings. You can also heal them and remove their status ailments. Each partner has their own unique fighting style. Neat. How many do we get, though? We can't open this yet. Switch partner. Louis or Yakumo. We'll stick with Louis for now. I mean, it's already gotten. Oh. Yeah, whatever. Firestorm. Sure. Yep. Acquired a gift. Can inherit it. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, well, let us save and return to the title screen. That is fine. Stop here for now. I think I'm gonna get some food. And then I'll probably do another episode, because I'm having a good time, and I go back on call tomorrow, so... Yeah. Well, that is it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. Questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear them. Stretch my back a little bit. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I'm gonna say... Well, I saw Jack run by, but Manny's hanging out in the clean clothes basket. Because I did laundry, or some laundry today. And Manny was super happy to get into the... Oh yeah, there's like a building just like hanging onto one of the thorns of judgment. What was I saying? Right. One of the kitties, Manny, is just playing in the clean clothes that I pulled out of the dryer, so that's gonna be my unique positive moment. Also, I just realized that kid is basically a revenant, right? Because, I mean, presumably, I don't know if humans need to wear the masks or not. It, you know, increases their bloodthirst, but also the chick gives him a blood bead. So presumably he's a vampire as well. Is that Yakumo? Does it look like him? I think that's him. Wait, dude, does he have a scar in his eye? I can't tell. I think it's him. He looks a lot more heavily armored, but now that I see him from a distance, he has a bulky jacket, not, you know. But yeah, that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. Hope to see you guys next time. And until then, guys, take care.